Now, the DG NEMA is right here, and I want to give him, he said 5 minutes are good enough for him, so let's put our hands together for the Director General NEMA. A round of applause to him as he comes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Governor, distinguished delegates, good morning. How are you? Good. Let me take this opportunity first to thank the organizers of this important forum. And I want to give special thanks to Mary for the good work she's doing. My name is Mamo Mamo, Director General NEMA. And our role as NEMA is basically two. One is general supervision and coordination of all matters environment. When we say all matters environment, it essentially means God's creation, right? It's a divine duty, divine responsibility. But also looking at the way Kenyans are littering the environment, NEMA needs divine intervention for we really to ensure that this environment is clean. Because our mission as an authority is to give Kenyans clean, healthy, and secure environment. But it's a very difficult job because all of us here seated like throwing things out. We are the waste generators. But you want the NEMA to pick your waste. You are the waste generator, but you want the NEMA to pick their waste. Waste, from the word go, is everyone's responsibility. It's each and every citizen must take responsibility for managing the waste. We are told waste is a wealth, but not many of us understand that. You know, we need to look at waste as wealth. The government can come up with regulations, policies, strategies, but unless the citizen take responsibility and enhance the quality of the environment, then it becomes very difficult. Because as a NEMA, you can't police 50 million Kenyans. Look at what the government of Kenya has done. From our constitution, it is one of the best progressive constitution in the region. From the preamble of our constitution, the fourth preamble talks about the environment, which is our heritage and must be protected for now and future generation. How many of us appreciate that? Very good. Come down to those articles within our constitution. And I'll start with Article 42 of the Constitution. Gives us a right to live in a clean, healthy, and secure environment. And the right comes with responsibility. It is our duty to enhance the quality of the environment. But Kenyans will only look at the right, haki yangu, and you forget jukumu langu, to ensure that you take responsibility for managing the waste. This year we came up with what we call, 2015, we had a strategy that we call Sustainable Waste Management Strategy 2015. And we gave the counties, because waste management is a devolved function under the fourth schedule of our constitution. So we gave them 10 minimum points to manage waste at the point of generation at the household level, then transportation, and the disposal. At the household level, we gave the guideline that the waste can be segregated at the household level. So we had asked the waste handlers to give household basically 2 to 3 bags. And we wanted to separate wet waste from dry waste. Because when you mix the two, then you get the problem of waste management. Then as you transport, we said NEMA should license the waste transport vehicles. And even gave them the tracking document so that you collect the waste and transport it to the waste disposal site. But if you look at our waste transport trucks, they are worse than what they carry. Yeah? If you look at them, you say these ones cannot pass the test. Then at the disposal site, we wanted it to be protected, to be fenced, so that there are no scavengers getting into the disposal sites. Ideally, we should have a landfill, so that as we manage our waste, then very little waste gets into the landfills. But the problem is, even if the counties put up waste infrastructure in towns, like waste receptacles, which we did, I think, some times back, I saw some cities, instead of dropping into a waste receptacle, they dropped it down there, very close to the waste receptacle, saying that, by the way, there are people working, they're going to collect that. So we need to change, we need to have a paradigm shift as citizens of this country, because we said waste is a wealth. Let's rethink this waste and say this is my responsibility. This is my life, and I must ensure that this is properly managed. I know our communities are at the center stage of waste management. We talk to waste collectors as NEMA, we train them, we elect them. We want community-inspired, community-owned, and community-managed waste in our country. And that way we'll be able to build the capacity of the waste pickers. We've been told I think they have a lot of challenge in terms of how much they are paid for this waste. And if we can put value on this waste, then it can be collected very well. The challenge is the collection of this waste. If a PET bottle, for example, you give it 5 bob, it will be collected, then taken to a recycling facility. And we've been telling our colleagues in the recycling, ensure that you work very closely with waste pickers. They are the unsung heroes, you know? So we must give them the opportunity so that they'll be able to collect the waste. Yesterday I was speaking to industry. I'm happy majority of the members are here, Joyce and the team and my brother there. And we agreed the cabinet secretary is going to gazette the EPR regulation either this week or early next week, the extended producer responsibility. Because when we enacted the Sustainable Waste Management Act 2022, the aim was to transition us from linear waste management to the circular model of waste management, where we need to drive value out of this waste. And Section 13(1) of the Sustainable Waste Management gives obligation to the producers to take responsibility for the product in the environment. But we'll be working very closely with the industry and ensure that we will implement this law in a manner that is acceptable to all of us. When we banned plastic carrier bags in 2017, we didn't ban plastics, we banned plastic carrier bags. You remember those ones? The flimsy ones. You know? Because by then we were churning out close to 100 million plastic carrier bags out there in the environment. We did a lot of research with KIPRA and UNEP, including going to those slaughterhouses, and saw that from every 10 cows slaughtered, that time, 9 had plastic bags in the rumen. 9 out of 10. And you know what that means? You will avoid it in Matumbo. You know, those dioxins that are released are carcinogenic. You know what plastics are made of. Yeah. But now I'm happy, relatively our towns are clean, but we still need to do a lot. I'm happy with the draft single-use plastic bill. We need to have a common regulatory framework within the East African community so that we'll be able to manage plastics in our region and also ensure consistency of enforcement across our region. Lastly, I know Kenya is a member of the High Ambition Coalition to end plastic pollution. We need to look at global efforts to address the triple planetary crisis, and we are all in this together. Let's collaborate and strengthen our partnership within the East African community, have closer partnership, and create a unified approach to waste management in our region so that the same can benefit our environment, our economy, and our people. Our people will get livelihood. As NEMA, I wish to reiterate our commitment to work with all stakeholders in the East African region. Let's have a community-led waste management solution. We are committed to drive Kenya's agenda for Kenya's environmental agenda and create a sustainable future for Kenya and the region. Asanteni sana.